What's going on? This is my CRV. My name's Caleb, and welcome to Build. The last video we did with this car, we built this tube front bumper with lighting from Nightlight. This video, we're gonna be placing a roof rack on the roof. But I didn't want to do roof bars because they're like $300 used on eBay. That's not cool. I wanted to do something cheaper, and I also wanted this thing to sit flat on the roof. So we're gonna do that with a little bit of fabrication and about $45 in materials. All right, so this is the roof rack I'm gonna be using from Nightlight. You can get this on Amazon, I'll link it below. Up here, I will show you how I plan on mounting it. So, the factory has roof rails that mount here, here, and then under that dirt over there. And then you have like your standard rail that would hold this up off the roof. I want it to be mounted basically on the roof. Now, if we just do this, it will rip off. If we screw it directly into the roof, it will leak, and it would also rip off. So what I want to do is mount this to those mounts I just showed you inside of the rain gutters, and then we will use our trim that's laying right there on that yellow table. We'll lay it back in and cut it where we need to so that it will be all mounted and good. They're going to end up looking something like this. I already made one. This is prototype 1 for my roof rack mount. I'm gonna make a few more, and then we will throw them in and see if it works. I don't actually know if it's gonna work, but I think it is. I think it makes sense. Let's cut some metal. Ta-da! All right, so here's my part. I ended up slotting this hole right here just to make it easier to fit. Come up, and there's the mount. That drops in right there, and now we have a mounting point. There we go. There and there. The backs, we're gonna use these. These are, what are these called? Suspension brackets or something? But they're for 1-inch tube, which is about what this is. And they wrap around and bolt. I know it seems like non-substantial, but I think it's gonna be okay. This guy on right here, oh yeah. But I think the strength is gonna be fine because it's sitting on the roof, the weight gets kind of distributed across the whole roof. Now, obviously you heard my roof. My roof has been doing a lot of denting since I got this car. It's got like a permanent slope in it, so I'm not too worried about that, but I think this will be good. All right, so I actually ended up finding the nuts that I needed to be able to mount this thing. They're a little rusty, but that's okay. And it is very tightly mounted. I came up with a new solution for the front mount, and it's gonna require this screw to go through this nut. That's a 6 or M6, which is 10 millimeter. That's what is on the roof rack, what we've been attached to. And then I've got this, which is like a 5/16 or something. It's a little bit bigger. We're going to clamp these in the vise. All right, this is what we're left with. So on the bottom side, we have M6, and then this is a beefy spacer. It will go, let's see, on the back one right here. Get your bearings. There's the front of the rack. And we've got our studs right here. This is now an 11 millimeter. That'll just drop down on there, and now we have a threaded post. So if you come over here, you can kind of see what I'll do with it. We have our nylite bar mount, and that threads into the threaded post with a bolt, and that is really, really solid. We've got no more movement up front or up top. Well, we've got a little bit, but it's from the other corner. But on this side, we're shaking the whole thing. Before, if I shook it, the front moved a lot. So now I'm gonna shake it and I think it's good. Now you can tell my shocks are absolutely toast. I have a ton of maintenance I need to do on this car before we take it off road. But that is gonna work. So, no roof rails, we got a roof rack. What's next? I think the next thing I'm gonna do is wheels. I've got a whole shelf of CRV parts and I need to get rid of them so I can move parts for the next build in. And wheels and tires take up a lot of space, so we're gonna put the wheels and tires on, and I've got some, well, we'll get to the next thing after that. I'm doing some fiberglass work on the side until YouTube picks up, so I'm gonna randomly show up in videos ultra dusty. Today's one of those days. I did a test on the roof rack down the road, no noises, which is awesome, like no whistling or anything. Previously on cars, when I've installed like roof bars and a rack or whatever, you'll get like a whistle noise, nothing. So that's awesome. Everything held up really good, all the mounts look really good, so I'm gonna have to basically drill holes in my trim pieces so that all of my little mounts can poke through, and I'll do that in a minute. I don't feel like doing that right now, but I will do it in just a minute. That's kind of boring. What's not boring is wheels. I got new wheels, 5 of them to be exact. We're gonna replace these guys. They should be about, looks like they're a little bit taller, so we'll see what that does for clearance. Probably nothing good. I'm running out of tread, so I gotta put new wheels on, and I got these. Look at these things. They are TE Rotas. They look like TE 37s, I guess, or something like that. I don't care about all that, but I do think they look rad. The color looks really cool. I got these from a guy who's a CRV YouTuber, the Honda Resource on YouTube. I've actually watched some of his videos while doing work on this car. Like I think I watched his video for the head gasket and a few other things. So he turns out he lives like an hour and a half from me, and he put these on Facebook, and I saw him. I went and got him, checked out his shop, check out his channel. He builds a lot of really cool stuff. He's got a K-swapped CRV that he's turboing currently. That build's starting now. He's built all-wheel drive Civics that make like 900 horsepower. He's got a ton of stuff at his shop. If you're in the Tuscaloosa area, a lot of Honda turbo stuff as well. And then also he just repairs cars. But really cool guy, really cool channel. Check out the Honda Resource. That's where these came from. We're gonna throw these things on. I don't know if you can see, but these things are all the way bald. because of the rear bumper that I'm building, I'm still waiting on parts for it, but because of the rear bumper I'm building, I'm not going to be using the factory spare mount. It doesn't work great for aftermarket wheels and tires anyway, so we're going to remove it. I already took the door panel off the interior here, hoping that I would find some access to the backside. Yeah, it's just bolted on. That's cool, I didn't know that. So, we should be able to just unbolt that. Looks like a 17. Another Nylite product that I didn't think I would be using today, but I'm going to. Let me get in the camera. The little like green pins, I thought I could just press them out. And so these studs I thought were just like a press fit. Turns out they're welded. So I tried cutting one out, it didn't work. Tried pressing one out, and it just bent. So I gotta find a way to plug these holes. Now I ordered this from Nylite just because it looked really useful. It's an 830 piece clips and retainer kit, and it's just like this stacking thing, but it's got all kinds of clips for, you know, like fender liners, door panels, all that stuff. I'm hoping I can find one in here that will be the right size. I'm just gonna use some wax and grease remover. I did have some bigger clips. Once we finalize this thing, I may weld those holes up. I don't know, or if this works, then it works and we'll just leave it, paint over it, be done. Okay, that job is done now. On to the next one. All right, let me fix this lighting very quickly. Final job is the full-size spare. Now, like I said, I have a plan, like a full-size spare plan, but we're not there yet. So I need somewhere to put this thing because I've got to clear shelves off so I can start stocking for another build. This is what we're gonna do. Yeah. That's the spare mount. I do need to throw a strap over it, obviously, but that's where she's gonna live for now. I flipped it over so that the gold wouldn't be like facing the sun all day. I don't want this wheel to get faded from that. I don't know if it will, but just in case, so it is flipped on its face. That looks cool. So I just need to throw a strap over it. All right, I'm up on the top, kind of finishing the final details of the roof. The trim, basically, I just cut it around the brackets that I made. So this is that tubing that I made, and then we've got the trim. It's all cracked and nasty, but whatever, it's an old car. And I'm just basically cutting out sections of it. You can see right here, I started one. And then up front is much cleaner. I just drilled a hole. It was easier to do with that one because it's really just a post. And we have our trim back. Now, I'm not sure if this needs to be watertight. I don't get the feeling that it does, because there was so much dirt and stuff in it. But if I do end up with some leaks or something from this not being watertight, I'll just silicone around everything and seal it all up. But I don't think it has to be. I don't know. There is some silicone up front on that front edge, so maybe it does. I don't know. But anyway, I'm gonna cut this off, pop it down, and then we will be done with the roof rack. Just like that. Roof rack, or the trim piece, still clips down in like factory. And I think it looks really good. These holes might be a problem, but time will tell. Got our tire tied up. And I think this thing is looking really rad. I did film this, yeah. I filmed putting the tires on. So I got the tires on. I drove it around yesterday, and they rub like crazy, really like a ton. We're getting some back there. You can see that pinch weld sticking out. I hope you guys can see that. It's like right there. So they're rubbing right there, which will need to be hammered back, but I need to get my big hammer. I've got a big, like, long 4-pound that I can get swinging and knock that stuff back because it is very stiff. And then right here, we're rubbing on this plastic. Now, a lot of people remove this like fender flare looking thing to fit a bigger tire, but I think it looks bad when you remove it. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do about that yet. There is a fender flare you can get that kind of goes over the outside that I may look at. Obviously, this is built, we may wide body it. I just don't wanna put that much time and effort into this thing. Overall though, I think it's looking really good. I think that the roof rack with the tube bumper is a good look. So next we'll go to the back. I just got an email or a text message telling me that my order from Sin is here. So in the next video, I've done some 3D scanning and some modeling, made some really cool stuff for the next video that we'll do on this to kind of finish out the back half of it. And then it'll just be maintenance and getting it ready for the trail. So should be like 2 or 3 more videos, I think, getting the back done, doing the maintenance. I've got one more mod. I'm gonna do the front. We'll do skid plate and all that, finish the front out, and then we'll go hit the trail with FJ Eric, who just got a new rig, which I'm pretty stoked to see that on the trail as well. You guys are gonna love it. And that's it for this video. I'm super excited about the kind of flush mount roof rack. It came out really good. And I mean, I think you guys can tell, it is so sturdy, so sturdy. So that's awesome. This thing's looking awesome. I think it's gonna be the coolest CRV on the internet. I may be wrong. It'd be cooler with a turbo, but I think from a aesthetic perspective, coolest CRV on the internet. Let me know what you think in the comments below. You might have noticed I've been posting a lot more regularly. I'm doing this again. Like, this is my job. I'm sending it. I stopped my normal day job to make content for you guys some more. So like it, subscribe, do all the things to make the algorithm know that you're watching these videos and you want to see more. That way I can keep making them and I can feed my family. All right, see you guys in the next one.